Netflix has announced that they're making a Bioshock movie.
I'm not really sure how they're going to pull off the whole lack of free will thing in a movie, but it could be done.
But this is Netflix. Welcome to NecroNews, the show where we go over the latest gaming news from the past week.
Remember to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and leave the video a like. It helps us a lot. Bloober team, the team behind Layers of Fear, have announced they will no longer be doing psychological horror and will now be doing mass market horror.
In an interview with Engadget co-founder Peter Babino, I think I said that right?
Piotr Babino
stated that when they released Layers of Fear on June 15th, it marked the end of Bloober Team 2.0 and that they were going into Bloober Team 3.0 making mass market horror.
He went on to state, "We'd like to deliver our ideas with our DNA, not by environment or in storytelling, but by action. So all of our future titles will have a lot of gameplay mechanics and be much bigger."
And this would be okay if it wasn't for the fact that Bloober Team is in charge of the Silent Hill 2 remake, which may mean that the game will be more action-oriented than its original version.
What are your thoughts on that?
Silent Hill 2 is terrifying, and I'm not replaying it.
Oh, that's sad. I was actually kind of hoping you were going to play the remake.
God. No, it's terrifying. I don't need to experience that again.
The Steam Summer Sale is well underway, and we at NecroNews hate to relax. So I've begun compiling a list of all the hidden sales that most people don't know about, from free to $5. I linked the Google Doc down below. Anyway, it seems as if Valve may be banning games with AI art in them, if this Reddit post is to be believed.
The post goes over the process the developer went through trying to get his game approved for the Steam store while using AI assets as placeholders, planning on going back to improve everything by hand later on.
He was refused with this message. After reviewing, we have identified intellectual property in Game Name Here, which appears to belong to one or more third parties. In particular, it contains art assets generated by artificial intelligence that appear to be relying on copyrighted materials owned by third parties. So he did as he planned and improved all the artwork by hand, making it indistinguishable from the AI art before resubmitting, and was given another failure, stating, "We cannot ship games for which the developer does not have all of the necessary right. At this time, we are declining to distribute your game since it's unclear if the underlying AI tech used to create the assets has sufficient right to the training data."
What's interesting to note, however, is that there are plenty of other games on the Steam store that are AI-generated asset flips, or use a lot of AI such as Firmament, the newest game by the creators of Myst, and This Girl Does Not Exist, which is 100% AI-generated.
But hey, this is the dawn of our AI overlords. Everyone bow to them. Or down. I don't care. Let us know in the comments below. Oh look! $299 to go to the first physical BlizzCon since COVID? Oh boy, I can't wait. That's such a good deal. It's only $300 a pass.
But wait. Why get the $300 pass when for the low price of $800, you can get an additional 4 perks, including Blizzard employee meet and greets, a separate registration and security line, and you get to go to the lounge early. Wow, that lounge better be like the first class lounges in airports, or else.
Oh my god, Blizzard, get a grip, please. Dateline, New Meridian. The boys and girls working on Skullgirls' second encore have tried to cool things down, only to make it red hot.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Aww.
Anyway, publisher Autumn Games and developers Future Club and Hidden Variable Studios announced several changes. These would not only be made to Skullgirls' second encore in the mobile game, but also the digital art compendium. You can find all the changes cataloged by Lolito TV, but we'll run through the major changes here. The first being the removal of allusions to real-world hate groups.
And that would be the Egret soldiers of Parasol, who originally had red armbands and the general look of a certain other group.
They also removed content related to character sexualization and agency, such as depictions of unwanted predatory behavior, particularly towards younger characters. Wait, how young is the youngest character?
This old. They are this old. Despite Skullgirls being famous for slightly lewd character designs, going so far as to hire Zone as an animator. They recolored all the panties to look more like shorts, or covered up panty shots entirely. This game was originally supposed to be lewd. I wanted everyone to remember that.
There's also a scene where characters are hung up by tentacles, and they censored the bodies by adding more tentacles. Okay, sure.
Finally, there's the removal of content for racial sensitivity, which includes altering the backstory for Big Band.
For those unaware, Big Band's original story is about a cop who came close to catching the mob, and so the cops who were on the mob's payroll beat him half to death.
But they removed any references to the scene in the game.
And to the surprise of no one, players and gamers in general have been outraged about these changes post-launch. It's not the first time the game has censored content though, and we doubt it'll be the last.
While admitting the change would be controversial, game director Charlie Mighty Zug Price closed that they were confident that this will provide a more sound foundation for Skullgirls that we can all be proud of as we continue to grow and expand the universe in the years to come.
I don't play fighting games, so I've never really paid attention to Skullgirls. It seems stupid to change things in a 10-year-old game with a dedicated fan base. I mean, some of the changes I can understand, but most of it, like the lewd things, like why? But what do you fans think? And for anyone who wasn't originally a fan of Skullgirls, does this entice you to play the game? Let us know.
Due to the FTC's block on ActiBliz, there has been a slew of emails and documents being made public. One of which being the summary card of DayZ developer Bohemia Interactive, which bluntly states that DayZ 2 is in development. It probably won't be out for at least 5 more years.
Speaking of the FTC, they don't consider the Switch to be a real competitor to the Xbox and PlayStation, and don't believe they'd be affected by the merger as they are their own little niche.
Which is funny, since Microsoft's CEO claims that he'd love to get rid of console exclusives entirely, despite making all Bethesda games Microsoft and Xbox exclusives in 2021.
This week's Buried Alive Banger, a segment where we cover a game that our community doesn't think has had enough attention, is a game that someone very special picked out called Corpse Factory. As a necromancer, this does sound appealing, but we'll let her explain it.
Looking for a super underrated indie English visual novel? Corpse Factory by River Crow Studios is an enticing thriller visual novel. You play as Noriko, an office worker with a god complex who labels herself as Corpse Girl and runs a unique website. On this website, you leave the name and phone number of someone you want dead, and they'll receive a photo of their own dead body timestamped from the future, and then proceed to kill themselves in their panic and horror. The game has many twists and turns and won't fail to keep you on your toes if you're looking for a riveting and dark experience that gets oddly horny at times. The game also doesn't only feature English voice acting, but features full voice acting from actors you've heard in many big franchises like Persona, Demon Slayer, and many more. And if you're looking for a banger, the theme song is sung by Emmy Evans, the iconic voice of the Nier franchise. So this is one game you don't want to miss.
Thank you, Pam. And here are all the games coming out this week. A lot of titles, I guess. I don't know what they are. I can't see them. I'm a ghost.
And here's our schedule for next week. We try to stream on YouTube once a week, otherwise we stream over on Twitch, so follow us over there.
And that just about wraps it up for this week. What do you guys think about the Skullgirl changes? What about the Blizzard Pass? That's a steal. Highway robbery.
As always, we do love to hear your thoughts. And again, thank you so much for supporting us.
Until next time, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.